Alright, hello people, I'm the Dude, and this is my rant review for Battle Royale. This time I'm going to be doing a little bit different again. I'm going to be doing it in parts as I'm watching the movie. I always wanted to try this, because you'll have initial reactions from earlier in the movie, and then they could be completely different at the end of the movie. You know? Because my opinion is going to change as the movie goes on. Obviously there's going to be spoilers. The basic setup is it's Hunger Games, but without all the bullshit. Everyone should know by now that I hated Hunger Games. Way too much setup, way too little payoff. It didn't feel as suspenseful as it should have been whenever it actually got going, which it took way too long to get going. This, I'm already 20 minutes in. I'm going to do it in 20-minute chunks. And people are already dropping. 20 minutes in, 3 of the students are already dead. So, it's a lot less bullshit. The setup is really basic. For whatever reason, the government has grabbed this classroom of kids. Although they're not really kids. They're more like late teens. Some people might consider that kids. I don't know, whatever. They grabbed this classroom. I think he said it was through a lottery, so they're just really fucking unlucky. But he grabs this classroom, brings them to this island out in the middle of nowhere, sticks these collars on their neck. You've seen it in a million sci-fi movies where, you know, like it's a prison break or like Running Man, the starting part of Running Man. They have collars on their neck, and if they don't do what whoever the hell has control of them wants them to do, the collar will blow up. It's the same here. After, I think he said 3 days, all the collars are going to blow up if there's not just one left. And the way it's going to end up being one left is they have to kill each other, just like Hunger Games. He's giving them these little satchels of, like, it has a map and food and water and some kind of random weapon, which is really cool. I like the idea of each of them having their own weapon at random. They don't even get to pick. So far, the only weapon I've seen, I think I'm like just over 20 minutes in, like a couple of minutes over 20 minutes in, was the crossbow. The first guy out the gate, the one who was like losing his shit, he looked like he was about to shit himself. He got a crossbow, apparently, and I think it was like the 6th or 7th person to go out the door. He tagged her with a crossbow in the throat. So she's dead. The first 2 to die, which I forgot about, the leader guy, this guy killed. The guy in the tracksuit or whatever. He's running the thing, I guess. He threw a knife into one girl's head because she backtalked him or something. And then he demonstrated the collars on this other kid, and his neck blew up. So there's 3 down. I think he said when the first 2 dropped that there were 40 left, so there's 42 total, I guess. Which means now there's 39 total, because like I said, one girl took an arrow in the throat right when she walked out the gate, or the door or whatever. I love the little demonstration video with the way too chipper, you know, lady. I don't know what the heck her name was, but she's all like really happy and go lucky and fun and all this, and she's talking about how they're gonna have to kill each other and survive. It's hilarious. Just the way she delivered her lines was amazing. Basically, it's really cool so far. It has a lot of potential. This could be really damn good. I'm very excited for the rest of the movie, but up to this point, I'm really liking it. The very beginning, I think like the first maybe like 8 to 10 minutes of the movie were that was the general setup where, you know, some of them are friends and they're happy and they're taking pictures and laughing and joking on the bus ride over here. That's when you get a sense of, I guess, who they are and, you know, who's probably going to help each other and who's going to be the weak link and stuff like that. Didn't last very long at all, but that's a good thing in a movie like this. And then right when they got to this, whatever this is, like, I don't want to call it a school, but whatever building this is on the island should just hit the fan really quickly. This guy, the tracksuit guy, he is ruthless. You can tell he's not going to take any shit or play any games. You mess with him, you're going to end up dead. Oh yeah, there was a scene at the very beginning of the movie, I forgot about that, where there's a reporter talking about the aftermath of the Battle Royale or whatever, and this girl was sitting there. She's the winner. We already know who the winner is, apparently, because it showed it at the beginning of the movie for some reason. And she's sitting there smiling. So, we'll have to see what happens with that. It seems odd that they'd spoil who the winner is. It seems really strange that they do that. But yeah, right at the beginning of the movie, some reporter's like looking at her, and she's like, "Oh, she's smiling. Look, she's smiling." And she's got this really creepy smile on her face, and she's like covered in blood. So, anyways, that was the first 20 minutes. I'll be back at the 40-minute mark. Sorry about that. I forgot to mention the 2 special students or whatever. I'm only a couple minutes further in the movie, so I'm just gonna add this into the beginning. But I forgot to mention Kawada and Kiriyama, I think are their names. They're very mysterious at this point. They haven't said much about them. He makes it sound like they're badasses, like, you know, they're gonna win. Like they're the de facto winners, you know? Like, you have to be afraid of Kawada and Kiriyama. He put it like they're transfer students, I think is what he said, or something ridiculous like that. This isn't exactly a school. It's just a building on an island where they're all going to kill each other, so they're not really transfer students, I guess. But maybe they're from previous games or something? A previous Battle Royale? Or maybe they're just really bad kids or something? I don't know, but he makes it sound like they're just, you know, ruthless. And Kiriyama, in particular, he just looks, he looks menacing. Kawada, whenever he left, he stopped and then came back and wanted to change his bag. Maybe he, like, somehow worked out what weapon he had? Or what weapon that the bag he wanted had? Is that why he came back? I don't know. They're all supposed to be, like, randomized bags, right? So there's not an actual bag per person. They're just giving them a random one each, you know, each person that comes up. So him saying that he has a certain bag that's his or whatever doesn't make any sense, or at least not yet. But yeah, he came back and he's like, that's my bag, and he wanted to switch. So maybe he knew what weapon was in there, and he wanted a particular weapon or something. I don't know. But I forgot to mention those two. They're probably going to be the wild cards, if nothing else. You would think, because of the way that they're talking about them, that they'll be there near the end of the movie, probably. And then obviously this girl's going to be there. The winner or whatever. I would think that the 2 friends will probably last quite a while too. The 2 that are like, we'll be best friends forever. Something cheesy like that. Whenever one of them gets her name called and she has to leave the room, take her bag, and go out into the, you know, the forest or whatever the hell it is to go kill each other. Her friend grabs her and she's like, we'll be friends forever, you know, something stupid like that. But I would guess that those 2, there's something special that's going to go on there. Would be my thoughts. And then already someone has, like, you know, a little vengeance side plot for the tracksuit guy, because the guy that got his throat blown up, his best friend or whatever wanted to kill the tracksuit guy. He's like trying to charge after him like that was gonna work. No, the other students kind of tackled him and stopped him, but if he hadn't, this guy would have just killed him. So maybe he gets revenge later in the movie or something against tracksuit dude. I don't know. Anyways, I'll add that on to the beginning. Alright, so I'm 40 minutes in, and it's kicking ass so far. This movie is not disappointing at all. I should have mentioned that I read somewhere that this came out before Hunger Games, so technically Hunger Games parroted this, not the other way around. Not that it really matters. Everyone copies everyone in, you know, Hollywood and games and everything. It doesn't matter. But a whole bunch more people have died. I think it's down to half now. I'm at the 40-minute mark, and it's down to, I think, half of them are already dead. I love how it keeps giving the updates, like X number to go, or, you know, their names and their number when they died. And the tracksuit guy keeps calling out the names of the dead over the speakerphone or whatever. I don't know why he's doing that, just to fuck with them, I guess. I don't know, but really, really cool. It's like a tally or whatever, in case you forget. I guess I'll go back to the beginning of this 20-minute segment. Right after that chunky kid, he killed the girl with the crossbow. The dumbass tripped and fell and dropped the crossbow, right? The next kid out of the gate, he walks out, and he sees the crossbow, and he picks it up, and he's like, is this yours? And the guy goes running at him, barreling at him like 90 miles an hour. Kid falls back and shoots him right in the heart and kills him. There's the next death. That was the 4th one. You'd think he would have played that up a little more nonchalant instead of just bull rushing him, but whatever. I haven't seen the kid with the crossbow yet. I don't know where he went. We only saw him that one time, and then he disappeared. A whole bunch of kids have committed suicide. 2 of them jumped off a cliffside, which was really cool because it was a boy and a girl. The boy, like, right before he jumps off, he, like, covers his face with his arm, like that's gonna somehow make it better. He, like, didn't want to look or something. And then 2 of them hung themselves. I think there's at least 1 more that committed suicide. So tons of them are killing themselves, and then more importantly, the better parts, the more interesting parts, are they're killing each other. There's a really clear favorites so far. Obviously, Kiriyama is a badass. He was going to be a badass. The way they played it up at the very beginning, he was going to be a badass. He was surrounded by like 7 of them or something like that. This like clique of, you know, buddies, friends, whatever you want to call it. 7 of them had him surrounded. He took them all out. They were pushing him around and, you know, making fun of him and smacking him. And I think his starting weapon was something benign. It was the fan, right? It was like a paper fan. Literal paper. And they were making fun of him, and he like rolled around, grabbed one, grabbed this guy's Uzi, and then just sprayed them all down and killed them all. So he's definitely the psycho of the bunch, Kiriyama. Plus, he's killed the most people at this point. I think he's killed like 10 of them or something like that. So yeah, he's definitely one of the favorites. Kawada, who is also a badass, but isn't a psycho, it has to be one of the favorites. He's the one with the bandana. This guy right here. He saved these 2. He's not apparently he's only killing the bad people or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to understand who's good and who's bad when they're all killing. But he killed this like crazy guy with a gun who was gonna kill these 2. So, and then he didn't kill them. He was trying to help them, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. He's one of the favorites. Kiriyama, Kawada, the 2 transfer students, and then her, Mitsuko. Mitsuko is definitely one of the favorites. She's more like Kiriyama, though. I want to see her and Kiriyama face off. That'd be badass. That would kick ass, because they're both psychos. They're both, like, you know, they're not only killing people, but they're happy. You know, they're smiling and having fun, and they're enjoying it way too much. So those 2 facing off would be badass. Gogo's actually in this too, but we haven't seen her yet. We saw her at the very beginning. She, like, had 1 line, and that's really it. She's disappeared since then. So, I don't know if she's a big part of the movie or not. She's from Kill Bill, Go-Go. The one that uses, like, the chain mace whip thing. Like, I don't know what the hell you call it, but that really nasty-looking weapon with, like, the saw blades that shoot out of the side or whatever. She's in this somewhere. But, yeah, Kawada, Kiriyama, and Mitsuko are definitely the favorites. The friend... These 2 right here, the one that lost his friend at the beginning, his name is Shuya, I think. His friend got killed right at the beginning by the tracksuit guy. He's the one that has vengeance in mind. He wants to kill the tracksuit guy. He rescued Nobu's crush. It's hard to keep this stuff straight. I can't remember what her name is. Things like Noriku or Noriko or something like that. He saved her, and then he's kind of been babysitting her ever since the beginning of the movie. He's like protecting her from all the crazies. And it's amazing how fast these people, you know, have gone bloodthirsty and just, you know, completely and totally willing to kill each other. It's only been, in movie terms, I think a day, or not even a day, it's been 1 night. They got there in the afternoon the day before, and then, like, the night passed, and then it's morning the next day, so it really hasn't even been 24 hours yet. They're all ready to kill each other. But, yeah, it's a really cool movie so far. I'm really liking it. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, there was a cool scene where after Kiriyama killed the guys with the machine gun, he was looting their stuff, right? He was looking through their bags or whatever, looking for their weapons. He found the Uzi right off the bat. He found a pistol of some kind, and then a couple of grenades, which I know they'll come into play. And then he found nunchucks, right? A lesser movie, he would have used the nunchucks, you know, he would have kept them. Just for style points, you know, but no, he's like, fuck that. He just threw the nunchucks away. So you see nunchucks, right? Once so far. And you're thinking, okay, you know, someone's going to do something badass with the nunchucks. Because it's a movie, you know, it's stylistic and all that. No, he just chucks them. He's like, fuck the nunchucks. I got an Uzi. Actually, I don't think it's an Uzi. I think it's like maybe it's like a bigger version of the Uzi or something. I don't know. But, that was a pretty cool scene. That whole scene was badass. Kiriyama seems like... He's obviously not going to win, because it's already said that... Where did she go? That one girl wins? The one with the crazy smile on her face? So, maybe that's her. Maybe that's Mitsuko. It's hard to tell. Her. Right there. No, it doesn't look like her. That looks like someone else entirely. It kind of looks like her. Naruko or whatever. That'd be interesting if she went bloodthirsty and she won. Because she's the one that doesn't want to hurt anyone. At this point. She doesn't even want to play the game. Several of them were like that, where I'm not going to play the game, and they throw their weapons away. Bad move. Really bad move. Don't do that. The only reason she's still alive is because, like I said, he's been protecting her. So, yeah, that might actually be her. She might be the winner. Which means she's going to have to kill her protector. Or someone else's. That could be very interesting. That could be very interesting. Let's see, what else? Was there anything else? I think that was pretty much it for this one. Mitsuko. She, the only thing she's done so far is, kill 2 of the other girls. One of them, she pretended to be her friend. This is the scene right here where she's, like, got the flashlight below her face. She pretended to be her friend and walked up and she, took the girl's weapon and then kind of chased her around and then slit her throat and just straight up killed her. That was the first scene where we got to see her, and she's definitely evil as fuck. And then the other one was she was on the losing end, basically. The other girl had a gun, and she was talking about how Mitsuko stole her boyfriend or something. I don't know, something stupid. And how much she hates her and how much she's a slut or something like that. She's just, trash talking her, and she was on the ground and she's like kicking her. But Mitsuko spun around and used the girl that she killed earlier. She used her weapon against her. She had a stun gun. She pulls the stun gun out and zaps her and takes the gun and blows her away. So that was a really cool scene. Mitsuko's definitely one of the favorites at this point. She's going to make it to the end. I can almost guarantee it. I'd say Shuya, Naruko, Kawada, Kiriyama, and Mitsuko are probably going to make it till the end. Would be my guess. No one else really stands out at this point. Out of the other survivors or combatants or students or whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, I don't know. Very cool so far. I'll be back at the 60-minute mark. Okay, so I've watched another 20 minutes, and the end of this 20 minutes was really good. The beginning was kind of eh. Shuya has to get Naruko help because she's sick or something. I don't know. This is the quickest cure I've ever seen. I think she's just instantly cured. Maybe it's overnight or something like that, but really, really quickly. She's sick, she passes out. He gets her to this abandoned medical facility thing. I don't know what the hell it is. And Kawada just happens to be there. They get to have this little heart-to-heart moment where Kawada tells them about his past. Apparently Kawada's played the game before. He's a survivor. He's one of the few that have survived. He said he played it, I think it was 3 years ago. And him and his girlfriend were the 2 last left alive. Keiko was his girlfriend. So Kawada and Keiko were the 2 left alive 3 years ago, from the game 3 years ago. And at the end, their colors start beeping, signaling they're about to explode. So they turn on each other. And Kawada killed his girlfriend. She tried to kill him, and then he killed her. And he's, I guess, haunted by this or something. He wants to figure out why she was smiling at the end while she was dying. And it should be pretty obvious. She's happy that he survived, you know? She's happy that she didn't have to kill him, I guess, or whatever. But he's haunted by this, and it's a really cool little setup because it parallels what's happening right now with Shuya and Nariko. Nariko, I think is her name. It parallels exactly what they're going to have to face. Because if they really want to, keep each other alive and he wants to protect her and all that, eventually it's just going to be them 2 left. And they're going to have to choose. So, really cool foreboding, foreshadowing, whatever you want to call it. Also, Kiriyama. We get to find out why he's here. Kawada was brought back in against his will. He won 3 years ago, and then apparently they drugged him or knocked him out or something and drug him back into the game. He hasn't said why, or no one has said why. I think he said something like he's the ringer, or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But Kiriyama, this guy, he showed up of his own free will. He wanted to be here. He wanted to play the game. And he's got the biggest body count by far at this point. He's killed probably 12 people or something like that. He's definitely one of the favorites. At the end of these 20 minutes, right before the 60-minute mark, it was him and Shuya. They're having a showdown. And I stopped it, to stop at the end of the 20 minutes, but I actually don't know what happens between the showdown. Kiriyama was chasing him with his Uzi. By the way, for some reason, Kiriyama having the Uzi and Kawada having the shotgun, he's got like a SWAT shotgun. They got by far the two best weapons on the field, by far. No one else even comes close to that. Some people have pistols. Some of them have like knives. Mitsuko started out with a scythe. Then she got a stun gun. And now she has just a regular old gun, like a pistol. But they have by far the two best. Some of them have really stupid weapons. Like, Kiriyama started out with a paper fan. Like, you fold up a piece of paper to make it look like a fan to wave air or whatever. That's what he started out with. That was his weapon. And, who else? I think it was Noriko. She started out with binoculars or something like that. I guess you could consider that an advantage because she can see people coming from far away or something, or spy on people, or get the lay of the land or something. I don't know. Really weak weapon though. And then Shuya had a pot lid, like a cooking pot. He had a lid for a pot. That's his weapon. That one was kind of ridiculous. One of the guys had a bulletproof vest. It almost saved his life. It was a really cool scene. In these last 20 minutes, Kiriyama's chasing him, right? And he's shooting at him. He catches up to him and he just fills him full of holes, right? Just blasts across his chest and you think the guy's dead. A couple of seconds later, Kiriyama leaves and the kid gets up and he's like, "Oh, my bulletproof vest, it saved me!" And he's all happy. Pulls open his shirt and the bullets all hit the bulletproof vest. And then Kiriyama's standing above him with like a samurai sword. And he just jumps down on top of him. I don't know how many weapons he has at this point. I mean, he has a pistol, he used his grenades. I'll talk about that in a minute. He has the Uzi, which is what he's been using most. And now he has a samurai sword. He's killed so many people, he could literally have like 12 or so different weapons at this point. But yeah, apparently he's here for fun. He signed himself up. He joined of his own free will. He's just a wacko or something. But he's still really cool. Let's see, what else? Where was I? One of the guys has a GPS. That's one of the other weapons. And it tells him where the other players are. Which is actually a really cool weapon. If you started out with a GPS, right? You could find someone, take them out, take their weapon, preferably like a gun or something, and then just hunt everyone else down. Because you can literally see where they all are on the island at any given time. So yeah, he had probably the strongest weapon, but he's done nothing with it at all. He's just running around the island on his own, kind of watching. That's really it. He's not killing anyone, and he's not really doing anything productive. He's just kind of running around watching. But yeah, the GPS was by far one of the best weapons to have. Obviously, you can't kill people with it unless you beat them to death or something. But just knowing where everyone is, knowing where they're coming from, and where they're hiding and all that, very, very useful. Some other kid has a plan. He's found an old generator and got it started up, and now he's got like connected to a laptop. And he sent his lackeys out to gather ingredients to do something. I don't know. He like sent them to get coal and sulfur and all kinds of other stuff. And I guess he's gonna build something, maybe a bomb or something. I don't know. He was looking at the little necklace device, and apparently they all have built-in microphones. He figured that out somehow. I don't know how. Just by looking at it, it's not very obvious. But apparently the tracksuit guy and the military people, they can all listen in to the survivors or students or whatever the hell you want to call them. But let's see, what else? What else happened in this 20 minutes? Something else happened. Oh yeah, Go-Go. Right. Go-Go was there. What was her name in the movie? I don't know. The lady from Kill Bill. She finally showed up. Her and her friend that she has a crush on, and then the crossbow guy showed up who has a crush on Go-Go. So it's not really a triangle, but they all whatever. So the crossbow guy finds Go-Go, and he's like, I've always loved you or whatever, and we're gonna die, so why don't we have sex anyways, or something like that. If we're gonna die, we might as well. And she's having none of that. And he ends up like shooting her on accident or something. He like scratches her face and it pisses her off, and she chases him, hunts him down, and stabs him to death. It's pretty nasty because at the beginning, Like the first few stabs, she stabs him right in the groin several times. So it's pretty fucking nasty. And then Mitsuko shows up after Go-Go kills the crossbow guy, and she kills Go-Go. She shoots her a couple of times, and she runs off and dies in the arms of the guy that she loves, or whatever. It's really strange. They all have their own people they want to find for various reasons. Go-Go wanted to find, the guy she likes, and the crossbow guy wanted to find Go-Go, and Mitsuko just wants to kill everybody. Kiriyama just wants to kill everybody. Shuya just wants to keep Naruko alive. Kawada wants to figure out why his dead girlfriend smiled when she died or something. I don't know. I have no idea. They've all got their own things going on. That one guy's like building a bomb or something, I guess. I'm not really sure what he's doing with the ingredients. It's not obvious yet. The GPS guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's just running around on his own like a dumbass. The fight at the end of this 20 minutes, the one between Kiriyama and Shuya that's about to happen, the GPS guy's nearby. He saw them on the GPS and heard the shots. So maybe he's going to join in or something? I don't know. I think he said earlier in the movie he'd been looking for Shuya. He was looking for someone. I don't remember who it was, but he was looking for someone. Maybe he's looking for Shuya? I don't know. That's possible. I think that's pretty much it for these 20 minutes. So far, this movie's still kicking ass. It does not pull any punches at all. It's literally a bunch of basically high school kids stuck on an island forced to kill each other, and they are doing just that. They're running around murdering each other and trying to protect each other and trying to save each other and, stuff like that. It's really, really good so far. But anyways, I'll be back. I'm pretty sure this fight is going to kick ass. I'm wondering if Kiriyama's going to die here, because I don't think Shuya would die here. He's basically the de facto, person for us to root for. He's the one that the audience is supposed to be siding with at this point. So I don't think he's going to die. That means that Kiriyama has to die, which seems strange because there's still like 40 minutes of the movie left. So, I don't know. We'll see.